families taken out of garages and put in the block?
Yay!
Who here would like to see 4 families taken out of cars and put in the block?
Hey!
Who here thinks that everyone deserves a home?
Hey! Except for the idle rich.
Any of those things?
No!
Cool. So, just repeating myself, we've got a few people sort of cycling through. We're from Union's Auckland Housing Committee. We're here today because housing is unaffordable in Auckland for the vast majority of people. If you're a nurse, you know, have only $65 a week after mortgage repayments to buy the block house. If you're a teacher, you'd spend 85% of your income to buy the block house after you somehow manage to get $200,000 together for a deposit. If you're a bus driver, you need to work a second job to live in the block house, so you wouldn't have time for your family or your kids or anything else. And that's unacceptable. These homes are nice, but they're modest, and it's just got to the point where normal people cannot afford to live in a home in Auckland anymore, and that's not acceptable. So we're here today to say that action needs to happen on housing. We know there's going to be a lot of things. We'd like to see better tenants' rights, we'd like to see better access to loans and cheaper housing. But one of the things we'd really like to see is the block could be turned tomorrow. All it would take with John Key to pick up the phone, and he could turn these into state homes, and we could take 4 people out of garages, out of living in cars, and turn them into, give them somewhere safe and warm and dry. It's not acceptable that we've got this situation where only a small amount of people can afford to live in a home, where people are being forced to live into garages or cars. It's bad for health, it's bad for a range of things. It's bad for people's lives to be moving around. It's bad for kids' education to be changing schools as they move from house to house. It's bad for us financially, with people working 2 jobs just to be able to afford to buy a house, and it doesn't need to be that way. Housing has been a right before. We've had society, like New Zealand society, has been the place where everyone had access, whether it was via state homes or whether it was via affordable homes, to nice, secure, decent homes. There's no reason that can't be done again, but it takes a bit of political will. And what would be a great first step would be to take the block, and instead of selling it off onto property investors, to sell it to people who really need it. To sell it to state housing, to turn this into homes and do a real good with this. The block's been paid for, the advertising has been done, the renovations are paid for via all the sponsorship in the show. It's never been a better opportunity for TV3 and for the national government to do something real. Do something that's small. It would be a first step, but it would be something real for 4 families, and it would help start to